All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's see if we are up and running. Hey folks, all right, we are going to continue with martial powers this morning. Let me turn down my volume. Apparently working here. Sounds like the volume's on point. Okay, cool. My name is Theurgy. I create role-playing games. I illustrate them online, and I illustrate them, publish them online. I've been focusing my attention on Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition for the past 6 years, 7 years maybe. And I've been running Eberron since 3rd edition as my homebrew setting of choice, but I've yet to create any adventures in 5th edition that I've published online. So we're building an adventure for Eberron called Crystals of Mabar. It's fighting undead, level 7 to 8, 7 to 8, 4 to 5 characters. Cool. So let's get back to work here. I created this book cover back around episode 40. We're currently at episode 218. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Hey, we got new subscribers. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you being here. Here's the full playlist of everything we have. Here's a slew of different books that we've created previously that are already on DMsGuild with a lot of free preview for you to take a look at. My Discord community. We're currently voting on the date that we're going to run the Martial Powers playtest, so check that out if you want. And if you want to chip me a buck to encourage me to continue up such behavior, Patreon is there for you. So, oh, and if you want to access the Discord, yeah, the About page of my Patreon leads you right to it. Let's see, Mad, I've just posted on the X Twitter platform that I'm live. I'm at Theurgy if you want to get notifications and see stuff about that in the future. And big shout out to the Reddit community of the our subreddit Eberron, the core Eberron setting Reddit page as opposed to like Eberron 5e. This is pretty vibrant. Love to have you. Great community, and thanks for being there. So okay, great. So let us get the book cover out of the way. Hey Tyler, how you doing? Right on, man. You jumping into work? Or I'm probably bed for you, right? It's probably crash time for Tyler. Let's go ahead and get into let's cap off the line art that we need for the training hall, and then we will get to colorizing this stuff so we can keep moving on. No. I just, if you didn't see, I just opened up polls for the Martial Powers playtest on in the Discord channel. So I think you were interested to have a vote on what day we're going to run. So please do swing by and check that out. I'd love to have you, Tyler, if one of those days lines up with what your availability is. That. Down there. What's up? Yeah, right on, man. I need to go back and see how you started writing this adventure, because after the Shepherd, I'm moving into my soft-inspired mystery adventure. Right on, man. That's excellent. just caught up on words. Just got caught up on Invincible on what is that on? Amazon. That's right. They just completed season 2 on April 4th, and holy crap, I really enjoy that show. I really enjoy that show. So I am looking forward to season 3. God's willing, there shall be a 4th season. I would so rather Amazon create 20 of those than another Lord of the Rings season. Get this resolved. Paste there. Free transform. Horizontal. Get that lined up. So, Invincible was the scene that they talked about in animation. that made me laugh out loud. That was really funny. Yeah, I like the character development for everyone. I like the direction that the show is going in. It is pretty damn cool. I feel like OBS is fucking around with Photoshop's performance right now. So my guard is up that Photoshop is gonna crash. OBS wants me to do a system update. I hate that because it just means that they're gonna add in killware. There we go. Oh, we can go with this. Duplicate layer. And for transform, flip horizontal. Merge. Transform. Thin this up a little bit. I'll also need to play test the battle of with Vocaf's Mega Crab and the fleet for the Spelljammer stuff that we've been creating on Mondays and Thursday nights, including tonight. We'll be back tonight, and we'll be doing martial powers at lunchtime today as well. We do game development on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Friday lunchtimes here in Seattle, and we do artwork like this Monday through Friday in the morning, just like we are right now, and then we work on Mondays and Thursday nights. Currently, we do Spelljammer stuff. Saturday morning is my commission and open workbench where I work on pretty much whatever I want. But either Monday, Thursday, or Saturday is going to be allocated to martial powers playtesting as soon as this weekend for session 0, depending on what the vote comes out as, either on Saturday or Monday or Thursday, whichever of those it turns out being. That's when we will. I'm gonna get rid of this one. I don't like that shape. However that shakes out, that's how it'll go. So I have a little less airtime in the future, but it's for the it's for the worthy cause of making sure our martial power mechanics work out well. Let's see. Let's go with duplicate here. Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, that's probably enough. Let's do that. Let's let's figure out where all my shit is here. This stuff organized. Then here. Wait a second. Double second, wait. I see. Come on, man. That goes there. That's fine. That goes there. Not fine. This is here. Also not fine. So where's the bits? Here's my bits. Get that out of there. Close that up. Bring this up. Is that good now? And is that good now? Thank you. So now I have our weights taken care of. And we now have room for our armor stack. There we go. I feel like I'm going to move that. Over here. No, yeah, I'm okay with this. Okay, cool. So, let's see. Good enough gear. Yeah, it doesn't make sense that the armor will be all the way across the room. I don't like it covering the light either. Let's do... Let's do like this. There. That feels much better. So let's then move this. Transform. Bump, bump, bump. Bump. Now shit makes sense. 1, 2. Armor rack. 1, 2. And an armor rack. Okay, let's change the beat. Keep it up. Push that to there. And that lets us, let's see, where's that at? I have a spare little weapon rack. There we go. Let's get rid of that. And then take our accoutrement. Just put a bucket over here in the shadow. Yeah, that's funny. All right. Yeah. Okay. Great. So that looks pretty good. Maybe I want to move the bucket there. That feels better. Yeah. Okay. I'm content with all that. So equipment is good. Weird collection. Merge those down. Merge that down. There. Buckets. Rack. Cool. All right, cool. We got all that set up. Hey, what's up, Chronix? I know you not know anything about the story going on, but please watch a clip from the piece, One Piece episode 11. Okay. We're talking about the. Thanks, Chronic. Tyler, are you talking about I'm guessing you're talking about the animated series? I don't watch One Piece at all. That is up to, I guess, what, 1100 is the... I'll check it out. I'll find it on the... if you have a link or anything you want to post in the Discord under the memes and videos, that's totally cool with me. Let's see. We are dressing our dungeon, so let's grab some color. We're going to B-dub, and then we're going to make a color layer here. Color. So let's grab our color references. Where's our references? Ref. There we go. Let's actually, yeah, we can afford to start here. So let's go down to our storage room, blurp, and grab these things as BW, and then grab this as color. Crate coloring here. Should go pretty quickly. Let's grab a square. Chapter 1111. Oh my god. Yeah, please do. Right on. I am an animation enthusiast. And since we're in this color block, we may as well just work the color across the board. Let's go to the living quarters. BW. Color. Save real quick. Any more crates? Any more crates? Crates? Any more crates? Any more crates? Crates? Looks like an NO. Cool. So let's switch to barrels. Whoop. Yeah? Alright. Right on, Chronics. Well, hopefully it's an entertaining episode for you. Glad to see you around. Oof, that was horrible. I am honored that you would be so driven. Okay, so this is the main room, and then we go to storage. And do we have any barrels in here? Barrel in here. Right on, man. Appreciated. Let's see. Next up, I'm gonna leave the air, the wind veins black. Let's see. Chairs. All right. Next up is chairs and tables. So. So I am here on Monday through Friday in the morning doing artwork like this. We are going to come back here. Let's drop this in BW. Artwork for Eberron here, maps and tokens in the morning. And then at lunchtime, including today, we work on martial powers. I am not 100% sure what we're doing on martial powers today, honestly. I guess we're pre-prepping for the playtest campaign firing up. So I honestly am not sure all what I need to do. I'm certain I need to do stuff. I need dungeons, which I think we have pretty much the format of the dungeon shapes. I think we have resolved. It's not going to be a high production value because none of my campaigns ever really are. It'll be enough for us to get visuals going, and mapping is important. So I can't I can rely on theater of the mind prior to combat, but the focus of the playtesting is grid combat. So I'm going to have dungeon stuff set up, but I can still chicken scratch a dungeon okay. We've built some preliminary my face. We have some preliminary setup for some random land tiles for folks to adventure inside of, but not the specifics within the land tiles. So maybe I'll just show my hand for folks to get a gist of what the first what am I trying to say? Since it's play testing, it's not like I have to worry about any like big reveals or anything like that, or hiding plot points. So it's probably more economical and efficient and sensible for me to hold on. Let's make sure I did this correct. Cool. Looks like I did. I don't see a reason to conceal plot points or like upcoming stuff from the players, which allows me to spend my dev stream time Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays on stream actively building the next tile that folks will be playtesting through. So I don't mind revealing a hand like that. It might in some ways help shortcut what to do. Because even if you know what's in the hex, you still got to deal with it. So I don't think currently I am not minding the meta awareness of folks knowing what's going to be in the tiles. So that also helps me direct focus to make sure that I'm that I'm buffering enough of the campaign world ahead of time. We're working. It's basically going to be a month per level, and then once we lock in what date, the daytime it is, the day that we are going to be playtesting, and we fill the roster, we'll have the first access. Like the people that voted for the day that it ends up being on will be the people that have the first right to a seat. But hopefully, I'll be able to get some backup. Folks that are willing to step in and fill a seat if we have something empty. That might be asking a lot, considering how I'm still pretty small scale. Storage room. I'm in the wrong room. Let's cut that out. Cut that out. And we'll go to living quarters. That's where we're supposed to be, right? There we go. So yeah, I think we'll start. We'll just grab one of the hexes or lands. Well, they're squares, so they're not technically hexes. But I think, yeah, we'll start building out. I think all of them, all the samples that we built so far have dungeon spaces. So we'll start building out the dungeon spaces and the creatures that occupy them. All the creatures that we're designing are using the martial power system as well as the players are. So I get to grab the creatures that were rolled up and basically build stat blocks worthy of 3rd level for them. Ooh. Yes. A time like you come and go as you please, my guy. But well, it sounds like it's something worth watching, so I will check it out when we finish. Speaking of finishing, I should have the asteroid and cluster map assets to bundle with the Spelljammer book. I should have those ready this time some week. I'm not sure exactly when, but it's coming. And over the weekend, I figured out the formatting that I want for how to organize the information of each room in here, because we have the details of the room itself. We have cursory information about, like, if I were to look out of this room into this room, what do I see? So we have some basic information about that and how to structure the encounters, random encounters that can occur, in each environment, and that's basically all the elements that I need. So now that I have it's structured the way that I like, I can go through and finish up all the dungeon, which is stuff that I do off screen on my own time. Page layouts and editing tends to not be very entertaining content unless the streamer is willing to go off the reservation of, or out of the fence of design and ramble on into other territory. That doesn't make for very efficient production. So I try to stay. Editing and page layout requires a lot of mental focus on my part. Just doing random garbage doesn't require a lot of concentration on my part. So I'm basically, let's grab this as a color for bedrolls. And that is a color for pillows. So let's put in some pillow color. So I can only really effectively talk about, philosophize and talk about stuff when I am streaming artwork and map production, stuff that I can, push pixels around and not think about what it is I'm actually doing. Like when I'm painting, the less I think, the better off I am. So the ramble really helps make sure that I free up my creativity and let my hands do whatever they need to do to get the color onto the page, and allow my mind to remain distracted, so I can talk about stuff pretty freely here, like what I'm doing right now. But if I'm doing page layouts or editing, I have to just keep repeating the words over and over again until they sound the way that I want them to, or keep nudging text around the page until it opens up the space that I want for the illustrations to drop into the page. And that is not conversation. It's not inducive to having conversations, because I'm constantly having to distract myself. So I really value this screen time where I can just sit and paint and talk about stuff and shoot the shit with friends and be casual about it. Still able to teach us. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. That's very sweet. I think that freedom comes from having the open mic, as it were. There's not, when I'm doing editing and page layouts, I don't have the freedom to just talk about whatever comes to mind, because the only thing I have in mind is, again, the page or the text that's on that page, which is, I think I've probably beaten that subject to a pulp at this point. I guess it's a little redundant to do this over and over again for each alcove, but this tends to be how I do. Maybe it doesn't have to be. Noticing some pretty significant gap in here. Okay, this suddenly became more trouble than it was worth. So let's just go back to what we were doing. Boo. What time is it? Alright, I still have 20 minutes. Maybe I knock down the rest of this color. So what I need to do is I have a token I have to create, because up here in the officers, well, we need to colorize the clutter that's in here. But also there's a safe that turns into an animated object, like a bug that will try to get away from anyone that tries to crack it open. So the safe will run off and try to find Solzu to stay safe from the burglars, which is I think a fun little random encounter. No, it's not random. It's programmed. A fun little encounter for that room. That like you want to get if you want to get to the teleportation circle stones. They have a set of them, as well as like a magic item and like a spell book locked away in the safe. So if you can crack the safe, you get good magic treasure. Plus an objective for the teleportation circle. And if you don't know why the teleportation circle is disabled in the first place, messing around and activating it is just going to get a SWAT team, a SWAT team of veteran NPCs coming after your character. So there's a booby trap there at the end of the quest. Like that's a quest for like the as it stands. I believe as it stands the plot hook for servants of the 12 have stones that can activate the teleportation circle. That maybe they'll have their own unique set of teleportation circle gems. That's an interesting thought, since you can basically drop configuration into that circle with different addresses. If the 12 send in a SWAT team to place crystals onto the teleportation circle, maybe they have their own destination in mind that's separate from the one that Solzu has in the safe. That allows them to basically bring in. I don't know if that's useful or not. Like to have their own dummy locations. I don't know. Maybe I'll consider that. But as it's written currently, the 12 have a duplicate copy of the destination crystals that'll activate the teleportation circle. If something goes wrong, they can dig them out of the safe. But your characters come into the game with those items. So all you have to do is locate the teleportation circle, plug in the crystals in the right positions, and then and that technically completes your mission of getting that teleportation circle up and running. Like, that's your objective. Everything else is gravy. How's my music balance? Is it is the music overwhelming my volume of voice? I for some reason I'm concerned about that right now. I'm sure you'll find a fascinating way to kill somebody with the TC. I don't know, lead them in and trigger trigger the 12 to send through a kill team, and they take out whoever appears there. Maybe that's a way of doing it. Oh man, oh, sleepy. Did not get good sleep last night. I don't get good sleep often. So, bit loud, but it works. I wish OBS had an adaptability which turned it down when you talk. Yeah. Yes. Is there a... Yeah. It feels a touch loud to me. I'm going to bring it down. There, that should be better. My distance from the mic is also a factor. I can still hear it. Well, the song's over, so you can't hear anything right now. But the next one will be fine. And now I can hear myself. Oh, because the microphone's closer to my face. And I don't have it completely muted. Forever in balance. Let's see. Yep, keep at it. Just filling. A little echo. Can you still hear it? Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, mic. I can't hear it. Cool. I heard it there for a moment because the volume, I think, was up in general. I think it's quelled for the most part now. Worthy question, Tyler. Maybe I can conveyor about this a little bit more. Drop that in. Drop that in. Drop that in. Drop that in. Just because of how intense the mechanics are, I think I want to limit the table to 4 people on the Martial Powers playtesting. I'm generally not opposed to having 5 players. Like 5 is really the most I prefer playing. If in an extended level 1 to 20 campaign, I actually prefer 3, maybe 4 players. Playtesting, I'd like to have 5, but I think it's a little mechanically intense. So I'd like to minimize that to just 4 so that the board doesn't have to get overwhelmed. But I'll run as few as 3. So in an extended campaign that has an established plot, I'll run as few as 2 as long as it's a rare circumstance to have so few. But in playtesting, I really want to have a team of 4 at all possible. Get this done. I suspect tomorrow we'll finish up the officers' quarters and then start working on the animated safe token. That'll be fun to build. And if that is the case, then we should be hopefully finishing off. Yeah, this map will be finished this week, and then we'll move into the vignette maps, of the optional encounters in the forest and the manifest zone. I think there's like 5 or 6 of those that we need to build that are like either 20 by 20 or 30 by 30 map spaces. Outdoor. These are all outdoor or dilapidated buildings. So there'll be some fun design work that we get to do there. But once we get the vignette maps completed, then we'll build the NPC tokens. And that should finish out. That should pretty much finish out the assets. Oh, we saw some asset to resolve in the top side entrance and the flooded fort, and I think the cemetery is done. We do still have some token stuff to do. It's work like this, so it's light lifting. So for the flooded fort, it shouldn't probably take more than 2 days to complete that. The topside entrance should only take a day. I don't want to do too much accoutrement production like this. I like to try to keep changing what the subject is on a week-by-week basis. I don't want to burn out either myself or the viewers, seeing what content's being worked on. If I'm constantly bringing something new to the table, it gives good reason for folks to keep showing up, and until they get locked into the conversation part of it. And once they get into theory crafting and philosophy, then it's just shits and giggles. But by by constantly changing what it is that we're working on and keeping things fresh, I think that entices and encourages people to eventually check things out. Get into the mill of thoughts. Thought mill. There you go. That sounds like a magic card. Boy, something's moving through me. I can feel energy. Don't know when the eclipse is happening today, but I would not surprise a spike of activity inside my nervous system when it happens, even though I'm not in the line of fire. Yeah, maybe I am. Maybe that's all I ever was. Just a stinky, filthy little energy vampire. Yeah, if I was to be a vampire, I guess that wouldn't be such a bad one. The most socially acceptable of vampires. Still be able to enjoy polite conversation. I like how they did energy vampires in the Dresden Files. Instead of siphoning blood, you're siphoning emotions. I like that. I think that's really fun. All right, so cool. We have some bedrolls done. Bravo. Let's do some... I think that finishes this room, right? Yeah, that's all we really have scheduled for this room, so... Bravo. Task complete. Let's stitch up the wind veins. Storage room. That's what we want to do. Finish up the storage room with the sacks of grain. Oh boy, oh boy. We picked a thick one. 39. We still got Yeah. That's a fun show. Let's fill all this in, then we'll do the highlights. The highlight thing here. Let's probably use a smaller size brush. There we go. Hey, we hit silver medal over the weekend. The Eberron, the Spelljammer Combat and Exploration book. It's over 100 sales now. So silver medal. We've got a long climb to Electrum at 251 sales. So we're about 145 sales away at this point to hitting the next medal. We'll probably get there eventually. And once we start building out supplementary supplements and publishing the supplements to the supplement, and start building a bundle pack, that should help continue to propel sales. Yeah, thanks a lot. So far, so good. I'm pretty damn proud of it. It's a good piece. But generally, my personal philosophy in these sort of things is once a publication goes silver, I can't really expect more from it. I don't have a large enough audience to assure sales, and with 2024 new player's handbook looming, don't really expect much of content sales on DMsGuild.com in general. But I can expect my work to get silver. It's just a matter of how quickly. Spelljammer is by far the fastest silver medal I've ever earned, and I'm very proud of that. It was 20 days for it to get the silver, which means I've been averaging 5 sales a day, which is about accurate. So, I mean, it's a smash success for a fill. It's the absolute best, the most customer, the highest received thing that I've built. It's the least niche. I mean, Spelljammer is still niche, but Spelljammer has a larger audience of interest than like Magic the Gathering crossover content does. I think MTG crossover stuff could smash if Wizards invested the energy in promoting it. But I mean, they don't have a lot of, like, they don't have a core value built around it. So like, what exactly are they really promoting? Like, here's a few settings we've done involving MTG that aren't related. They're having an identity crisis there. They'll figure it out. Maybe they'll figure it out. Who knows? Hey, I'm gonna give myself another few minutes. I want to finish up these sacks of material before closing up shop for the day. So it'll only take me another 5 minutes for me to fill all these in and highlight them. Let me go ahead and drop that like that. These are largely, for the most part, filled like with the different materials that they're creating from the alchemist lab, like the crystals being converted into a material component powder. These would be sacks of unrefined crystal, as well as like the words. I'm looking for words. The eye salve from the mushrooms, and the anti-poison cure from the poison moss. Those are the three things that they're generally used for. There's the mushrooms, the yellow cap mushrooms that grow in the manifest zone. If you brew them down, they'll create a viscous substance that if you wipe on your eye, it gives you dark vision for, I think, an hour. Oh no, until you take a short or long rest. That's right. So you wipe it on your eye, and then you have dark vision for however long that lasts. And I like that. I like the weird, like, pseudo body horror of like taking this alien substance and wiping it on your eye. That's a lot of fun. And the anti-poison is just basically a tea that you brew it up, and then you can eliminate it basically it cures poison. Thank you. Those are the words I'm looking for. Yeah, we're coming along pretty nicely here. Maybe I'll work through some of this stuff, some of this more. What's the word? This is a the words are escaping me right now. I'm thinking maybe I should do some of this work off screen if I have time, but I have all that writing to do, so I'm like, nah, I may as well just do it on camera. Just yarble about stuff. I mean, it really is brainless activity. It's like, maybe I want to speed that up, but at the same time, brainless activity is kind of the meat and potatoes of me being able to ramble, like we were talking about earlier, so I don't know. I'm just trying to figure my shit out. I think I'm tired is the problem. That out of the way, clean that up. So, Idaho just doesn't have classic businesses like bakeries and delis and butcher shops and such. That's a shame. I found Leanne doesn't know what a deli is. What? Doesn't know what a deli is. Holy shit. Yeah, no kidding. I've yet to be in an environment that doesn't have a deli in it. Missouri has delis. Arizona has delis. You know what? Come to think of it, Seattle doesn't have a lot of delis. Huh. Chicago, yeah, delis. Yeah, I'm totally drawing a blank on delis in Seattle. But this room is done, so I mean, there's not a lot of stuff in there. It's just storage. So that is good to go, and we know the room is done because we get rid of the number at the end. We keep the number at the front. So these two rooms are resolved. So we still have, and technically, the entry still needs to have its water token built. That's true. And then gate tower needs to be fixed up appropriate. And teleportation room is technically good to go. Cool. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put things on hold here for now. I'm going to be back. What is it? 7:50 something here now. So I'll be back in about 5.5 hours to continue building land tiles and dungeons for the Martial Powers playtest. I'll be back tonight in about 11-ish hours, 11 or so hours, to work on the Spelljammer Vocath ship. And then we'll do more Eberron stuff. We'll continue coloring this stuff in the morning, tomorrow morning as well. So, thanks a lot for hanging out with me, guys. Right on. I'll see you guys on the other side. Thanks a lot for playing. Cheers.